Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Mandela effect, the physics behind what has happened and what they're doing to us. This is going to be an excerpt from my 14 videos, the paper that I wrote and copywrote back in 1999, and over a 300 university hour lecture. So a lot of folks said they didn't have time to go through it, and could I turn all that into 5 minutes or less? Sure, let's go for it. Don't expect to understand anything, but okay. So for everyone who doesn't have any time, basically this is the Aleister Crowley symbol, the Order New Dawn, and right here we have in the Bible, it says when John's taken up the throne of God, around the throne of God was a rainbow. This is the rainbow around the throne of God. This is the throne of God, and this is at a 33-degree angle, and this is at a 33-degree angle. And again here, 33 and 33. This is why the 33 degree is so important in Freemasons. Okay? So basically, then we go to my diagram, which is this. That I didn't know anything about Freemasons, Illuminati, the 13 families, 33, 400. I didn't know any of this. Okay? This is basically the same symbol if you look here. Well, I could turn it sideways, I guess, because I showed it to you sideways before. Okay, we don't want to rotate. All right, my computer don't rotate. Oh, pretty funny. Haha. All right. So basically, we do have the same symbol here if you recognize it from before, but you have these little spikes here, and this is at 33 degrees. This is at 33 degrees. So we go back to my paper, and here we go. So this is that symbol right here. Basically everything you can see, touch, experience in life is explained by the four forces of the universe, which is right here: the strong nuclear force, the weak nuclear force, the electromagnetic, and gravity. When John's taken up in the throne of God, he talks about the four living creatures that are outside the throne of God. This is this diamond here. It represents space and time. Everything outside of it is where space and time exists. Everything inside of it is where space and time do not exist. Inside the diamond is the third field of physics, or where God exists, where space, time, and matter do not exist. So you have to have the four forces outside the throne of God to control physical matter, and you also have the four forces in the midst of the throne of God. So it coincides with the Bible. Four living creatures are the four forces that are outside the throne of God and in the midst that can control all of creation, basically. And you'll notice here, the spikes go out at a 33-degree angle, 33-degree angle, 33-degree angle, and they touch the four forces. So basically, this is not our original universe. The universe originally came from the Mandela equation, which I show that in previous diagrams. It's kind of ironic because we're dealing with the Mandela effect, it has one less L. So the original universe was the Mandela equation. But from the Mandela equation, we had this universe, and I forgot to point out the spikes. You'll notice there's no spikes here. This center symbol is the original symbol that came down at a 30-degree angle. What happened is, no, Aleister Crowley didn't do it, but there were beings that were able to tap into this symbol and begin to control the four forces and to manipulate reality, space, and time. So they began to, you notice how these four forces are gigantic compared to the other diagram. They're no longer level. So when they tapped in here, they sucked power out of the four forces. As they did this, they moved this to a 33-degree angle, creating a 33-degree angle. And at the same time, notice there's only one line here. I'll go back to the diagram. They split dimensions and created a spike. So let's go back here so you can see the difference between the two universes. So here, you'll see the four forces are nice and even, and they're small. I showed you one line before. Now there's two. They split dimensions. They created the spike. They created the 9th and 10th dimension is what they did. Now, what these folks are doing is they thought they're manipulating the four forces to break into this center field of physics and to get into God and take over the throne of God. But what they did instead was they just split dimensions, and every time they think they're moving up, they're moving down. And they're digging themselves further and further down into a hole. And they're not going anywhere, folks. You know, by saying 33 degree is actually saying that we screwed up because they're stuck. They're stuck at this 33 degree because of the structure of the universe was designed that it can never go beyond 33 degrees. That is the extent of God's design. They cannot go past the 33. So by saying 33 is like admitting to the world that they screwed up, they're stuck, they have nowhere to go, they can split dimensions, congratulations, but all they do is keep digging themselves further from a hole, and all they're trying to do is get out. They just want to get out, they want to break free, they're trying to gain true control, master the symbol, but they haven't done it. They were unsuccessful. They have gone too far, they have been served their eviction notice. So the Illuminati, the Freemasons, the original families, the 13, the 33, the 400 have formally been served their eviction notice, and now it's time to go. We have if they don't listen, they have we have a weapon that I show this in my other videos. It's kind of like the sum of all things with two major equations loaded into it, and then it's going to flow right through here, and it's going to go all throughout general relativity. It's going to go into the visible realm of physics, through the quantum. It's going to go up here, and it's going to turn sideways and cast them out into outer darkness, just like the Bible says. So if they do not leave, if they don't cooperate, if they don't do as they're supposed to do, and of course they won't, then the weapon has already been fired right now. Here, it's here, and there's also one here, and it's about to flow through the earth and take them and forcibly remove them. So they are about to be forcibly removed, and or they can cooperate or go somewhere. They have a lot of options, but these folks they just don't like to cooperate. Their attitude is force us, make us do it. So okay, we're going to make you do it, and then once they're gone, we're going to collapse the 10th and 9th dimension back to where it was. The original universe, if you count the lines, I forgot to go through that. It has an 8-dimensional origin, and of course the 26 were always there. And then we're going to restore the four forces of the universe, and we're going to get everything working back normal the way it should be. So there it is in a nutshell. Hopefully you see my other videos, or maybe I'll post them again. I don't know. Anyway, God bless. Good night.